porch light still humming, flickering in the dark, searching for a shadow that could light a dying spark. I haven't moved the shoes you left beside the kitchen door. It's like I'm waiting for a sound that doesn't live here anymore. The bed is like an island, and I'm stranded on one side, staring at the empty space where we used to hide. From a world that felt too heavy, from the secrets we would keep. Now the weight is all I have, even when I'm fast asleep. I'm retracing every footprint, every word I should have said, walking through the hallways of the ghost inside my head. The silence is a predator, it's starving for your name, and every breath I'm taking feels like breathing in a flame. So darling, come back in my arms where you're supposed to be. Break the locks and tear the walls and bring you home to me. I'm a map without a compass, I'm a bird without a sky, I'm just a hollow man who's forgotten how to fly. The world out there is cold and gray, it doesn't know your charms. Give me back my heartbeat and come back in my arms. I walk past the garden, the roses turn to brown, like everything we planted when we first moved into town. I saw a stranger smile the way you used to look at me, and for a second I forgot that you're just a memory. The ink is dry upon the page, the letters never sent. I'm paying for the forever that we only ever lent. Is there a place where you are now that feels as warm as this? Or are you cold and lonely too, aching for my kiss? I'm retracing every footprint, every word I should have said, walking through the hallways of the ghost inside my head. The silence is a predator, it's starving for your name, and every breath I'm taking feels like breathing in a flame. So darling, come back in my arms where you're supposed to be. Break the locks and tear the walls and bring you home to me. I'm a map without a compass, I'm a bird without a sky, I'm just a hollow man who's forgotten how to fly. The world out there is cold and gray, it doesn't know your charms. Give me back my heartbeat and come back in my arms. I don't care who was wrong or right, I don't care how we lost the light. The pride I held is ashes now, it's scattered in the rain. I'd trade my soul 1,000 times to never feel this pain. Just one more hour, just one more night, before the morning kills the sight of you instead. my heartbeat. Come back in my arms. My arms are open wide. I'm still waiting at the door, just like I was before. Come back, come back. I'm still sitting at the table where we used to talk till dawn. But the coffee's cold and half the soul of this quiet room is gone. I caught myself reaching for your hand across the ghost of us. Just a habit I can't break, a heart that's lost its trust. The clock on the wall is ticking, but the gears are stuck in June. Back when your laughter was the only rhythm in the room. They say that time is a healer, that the bleeding eventually stops. But I'm just drowning in the silence, counting every single drop of the tears I promised you I'd never have to cry. Now I'm screaming at the ceiling, asking for a reason why. 'Cause I'm still holding on to a bridge that's burned to ash, trying to save a future from a devastating crash. You moved on to a different sky, found a brand new sun, while I'm still standing at the starting line, long after we're done. Every heartbeat is a hollow sound, a knock upon a closing door. You said goodbye, but I'm still whispering, forever I'm yours. I saw your picture yesterday, someone posted it by chance. You had that light behind your eyes, that never-ending glance. But it wasn't aimed at me this time. I'm just a blur in your rearview, a chapter you've already read, a sky you've flown right through. I try to hate the way you look when you're finally feeling free, but I'm too busy hating that it isn't next to me. 'Cause I'm still holding on to a bridge that's burned to ash, trying to save a future from a devastating crash. You moved on to a different sky, found a brand new sun, while I'm still standing at the starting line, long after we're done. Every heartbeat is a hollow sound, a knock upon a closing door. You said goodbye, but I'm still whispering, forever I'm yours. Is it love if it destroys you? Is it loyalty wreckage of our love, just to feel the weight of you instead of this empty lightness that I'm drifting through. Go ahead and forget my name, go ahead and lose the trail. I'll be the lighthouse waiting for a ghost of a ship to sail. Yeah, I'm still holding on to a bridge that's burned to ash, collecting all the jagged pieces of a sudden crash. You're 1,000 miles away now, chasing down the sun, and I'm the only one who didn't know the race was run. Every heartbeat is a hollow sound, a knock upon a closing door. You whispered sorry, but I'm still screaming. Forever I'm yours, forever I'm yours. Even if you're never mine again, just a ghost in the wind. Forever I'm yours. I'm staring at the wreckage of the promises I made, watching how the colors of our summer start to fade. I took your gold and turned it into lead inside my hand. I built our castle on the water, not the solid sand. I see you in the hallway, though I know you're miles away. And there are 1,000 things my coward's tongue forgot to say. I let the ego drive the car right off the canyon ledge, and now I'm hanging on to nothing, frozen on the edge. Your side of the closet is an empty, hollow cave, a monument to every single thing I couldn't save. I find your golden hairpins on the floorboards by the bed, and everyone's a needle in the fabric of my head. I was a storm that didn't know the damage it could do. I was a fire that burned the bridge while you were crossing through. I'd give the rest of all my days to go back to the start and pull the thorns out of the garden of your fragile heart. The I'm sorry's are like paper planes that never catch the wind. They fall down at my feet before the pen can even begin to tell you that I'm bleeding from the holes I dug myself, while your picture gathers dust upon a lonely wooden shelf. Forgive me, my love, for the things I didn't know, for holding on too tight and then just letting go. I broke the only heart that ever truly saw my soul, and now I'm just a fragment of a man who once was whole. If the stars could hear my pleading, they would fall down from above just to whisper in your ear, forgive me, my love. Past our old cafe, but I couldn't go inside. Too many memories are waiting there for us to collide. I wonder if you're sleeping or if you're lying wide awake, cursing every single breath and every choice I had to make. The world keeps moving forward, but I'm anchored in the past, trying to make a moment that I ruined somehow last. Is there a mercy for the one who caused the rain? Is there a healing for the architect of pain? I'll wear this guilt like armor until the metal starts to rust. I'll wait until my forever turns back into dust. You don't have to answer, you don't even have to stay. I just need the wind to carry these heavy words away. Just to whisper in your ear, forgive me, my love, forgive me. I'm calling out your name into the dark, forgive me. I never meant to leave a scar. thought the fire would have turned to ash by now. I thought the fever would have left my sweating brow. It's been 6 months of waking up to freezing sheets and walking past the ghosts we left on rainy streets. They told me time would be a cold and soothing rain to wash away the jagged edges of the stain. But every morning is a match struck in the dark, and every memory's a fresh and glowing spark. I saw your name typed out on a screen today, and I had to turn my shaking head and look away. It's 2026, the world is moving on, but I'm still standing in the smoke of where you've gone. I tried to bury all the pictures in a box, but the ghost of you just laughs at all my heavy loss. You said goodbye like it was just a simple word, but it's the loudest, cruelest sound I've ever heard. The wounds are supposed to close, the skin is meant to heal, but there's nothing soft about the way I've come to feel. I'm a house that's still on fire, while the neighbors go to sleep, counting all the promises I couldn't afford to keep. Oh, your goodbye still burns. It's a brand upon my soul. It's a white hot lightning strike that took away control. I thought it was a candle I could eventually blow out, but it's a wildfire of maybe and a hurricane of doubt. I'm blistering and broken, I'm melting in the seams. I can't escape the heat even in my lonely dreams. The world says it's over, but the smoke is all I see. Goodbye still burns, goodbye still burns me. I went to our old diner just to face the ghost. I sat in the corner booth, the one you love the most. The smell of coffee and the sound of swinging doors should have been a comfort, but they felt like open wars. I reached across the table for a hand that wasn't there, and the oxygen felt like a furnace in the air. How can a word so short be a sentence for so long? How can the right decision feel so very wrong? Strike the flint and let it scream. Nothing is as quiet as it used to seem. You're the ember and the oxygen. You're the oxygen in me. I'm a prisoner of fire that was supposed to set me free. Burn it down, It's a white hot lightning strike that took away control. I thought it was a candle I could eventually blow out, but it's a wildfire of maybe and a hurricane of doubt. I'm blistering and broken, I'm melting in the seams. I can't escape the heat even in my lonely dreams. The world says it's over, but the smoke is all I see. Goodbye still burns, goodbye still burns me. It burns in the morning, it burns in the night. It's the only thing left that's giving me light. Goodbye still.
Heavy, resonant piano melody begins, low and somber. A slow, cinematic drum beat enters, like a giant's heartbeat, filling the space with a sense of weight.
You gave me a fraction, I gave you the whole. You played the part, but I poured in my soul. I was the anchor when the waves started to rise. You were the horizon, always fading from my eyes. I kept the heater running through the January chill, while you were halfway out the door, standing on the hill. I memorized the map of every line upon your face, while you were busy looking for a brand new place. Saved every letter, I kept every spark. I was the one who went hunting for light in the dark. You gave a maybe when I gave an always. I was the echo screaming through our empty hallways. I built a cathedral out of every word you said, while you were just counting the days that lay ahead. I treated our love like a sacred holy vow, but looking at the wreckage, I see it all now. I was the fire, you were just the wood. I did the things that you never could. I carried the mountain, I carried the stone, and now I'm standing in the valley alone. Oh, I loved you harder than the heart should allow. I gave you the forever, you gave me the now. I was the ocean, you were just a grain of sand, trying to hold the desert in the palm of world's moving fast, but I'm still the keeper of a ghost from the past. I see you out there living life, living free, as if you never spent a single night inside of me. I'm heavy with the memories that you just threw away. I'm still paying for the debts that you refused to pay. I loved you with a fever, I loved you with a ghost, but the one who loves the most is the one who loses most. I should have held back, I should have been cold, I should have kept some of the silver and gold, but I threw it all in. I let the house burn, waiting for a lesson I was never gonna learn. You were a candle, I was the sun, I was the finish line before you'd even begun. Just a grain of sand, trying to hold the desert in the palm of my hand. It wasn't a contest, but I lost the lead. I gave you the harvest, you gave me a seed. You did your best, but I was the martyr. Darling, I loved you, I just loved you hard, harder than the rain, harder than the pain. I was the only one bleeding in the sun. You loved me enough to stay for a while, but I loved you enough to walk every mile. So much harder. I'm reaching for the ghost of you when the 3 a.m. rolls in, tangled in the sheets where your body should have been. The pillow still remembers the weight of your head, but now there's just a desert on your side of the bed. I saw a couple walking, fingers locked so tight, it felt like a lightning bolt in the middle of the light. I had to turn away, I had to close my eyes, because the memory of your skin is where my ruin lies. Things that kill me, brush my hair, the casual way you leaned on me when no one else was there, the static in the kitchen, your hand upon my back, the way you filled the empty space and covered every crack. Now my arms are heavy with the nothing that they hold. I'm shivering in the furnace, I'm burning in the cold. The world is full of people, but I'm a different kind of lone, since the only hands that knew me have turned into stone. They say that love is mental, a feeling in the brain, but my nerves are screaming out for you, driving me insane. It's a hunger in my marrow, it's a famine in my soul. Only the brush of your fingertips can ever make me whole. Oh, I miss our touch, the language of the skin, the way the world would fade away and let the peace begin. I don't need the I love yous, I don't need the grand design, I just need your shoulder resting softly against mine. It's a physical heartbreak, a literal ache. Every inch of me is brittle, every bone is set to break. I'm losing my mind, 'cause I'm losing so much. But most of all, darling, I miss our touch. I tried to hold a sweater just to feel a bit of heat, but it's a hollow substitute, a bitter kind of cheat. My palms are getting restless, they're searching for your face, trying to find a masterpiece in this empty, lonely space. Remember how we lingered, just a second more than needed. The warnings of the ending were the ones we never heeded. Now I'm a sensory blackout, I'm a man without a sense, living in the wreckage of a love that was immense. Is it possible to start from the lack of a caress, to feel the air get thinner in this velvet loneliness? I'd trade 1,000 conversations just to hold your hand, to feel the pulse beneath your wrist the way we planned. But the air is just a vacuum, and the light is just a glare, and I'm reaching out for someone who's no longer there. miss our touch. I miss you. I'm standing in the kitchen, just staring at the floor, waiting for the rhythm of your key inside the door. But the house is just a hollow shell, a museum of the past. I didn't know they always wouldn't find a way to last. I caught the scent of your perfume on a sweater in the hall, and for a second I could swear I heard you call. But it's just the settling of the wood, the creaking of the beams, another cruel deception in this gallery of dreams. The morning light is different now. It's clinical and cold. Without the warmth of you, the gold is turning gold. I'm making up for two, then I remember you're not there. So I'm sitting with the silence and an empty wooden chair. The world is moving fast, but I'm a broken clock that's anchored in the past. It's not just that I miss your voice or the way you'd say my name. It's the energy you carry that could put the sun to shame. The space you left is cavernous, it's wider than the sea. It's a physical sensation, this ghost of you and me. I'm reaching out my hand in the middle of the night, searching for the gravity that used to make things love. Oh, I miss your presence, the way you filled the air, the quiet reassurance, just knowing you were there. I don't need the conversations, I don't need the grand designs, I just need the shadow of your heart to fall on mine. It's a famine of the spirit, it's a hunger in the soul, to find the missing half that used to make me whole. The world is full of people, but I'm lost within the depths, because I'm dying in the absence of your presence. I went to our old bookstore, I walked through every aisle, trying to find a trace of you, a memory of your smile. But you're not in the pages, and you're not behind the glass. I'm just watching all the strangers and the happy couples pass. There's a density to loneliness I never understood, a weight that sits upon my chest and stays for more than good. I'm a pilot without a compass, I'm a ship without a pier, I'm just a man who's terrified because you isn't here. Is it impossible to vanish while you're standing in a room, to be a living epitaph inside a quiet tomb. I'd trade the stars and every moon for just one afternoon, to have the atmosphere of you back in this house of doom. Bring back the light, bring back the sound, bring the feet of the one I love back onto this because I'm dying in the absence of your presence. Your presence. It was the oxygen, it was the light. Now I'm just fumbling through the middle of the night, and the house is so quiet. I miss you, I miss your presence.
Sound of a slow, steady piano, each note ringing out like a bell in an empty hall. A soft, mournful cello enters, weaving a low melody through the silence. The tempo is slow, echoing a heavy heartbeat.
I see the suitcases sitting by the kitchen wall. The shadows in this house are growing 10 feet tall. You're looking at the floor, you're looking for the door, as if you don't remember what we were fighting for. The air is getting thin, the world is turning cold, and I'm watching our story start to unfold. You say that it's over, you say that we're through, but I'm still the same man who's in love with you. The years have been unkind, leaving traces of the battles in the corners of our mind. I know I've been distant, I know I've been wrong. I let the silence get heavy and the nights get too long. But there's a fire in the wreckage, there's a spark in the ash. I'm not ready to walk away from the sudden crash. I'm reaching for your hand through the smoke and the gray, begging for a reason to make you wanna stay. The stars could fall down and the oceans could dry. The moon could go missing from the middle of the sky. But I'm an anchor in the storm. I'm a mountain in the rain. I'm the one who's gonna carry all the weight of your pain. Oh, I won't let you go. I won't give up the fight. I'll be the lighthouse in the middle of the darkest night. You can run to the edges, you can sail to the deep, but I've got 1,000 promises I'm intending to keep. I'm the ghost in your hallway, I'm the pulse in your chest. I'm the only one who knows how to give you your rest. The world can keep turning, but I want you to know, as long as I'm breathing, I won't let you go.
Remember the night when we sat by the lake and promised that forever was a vow we wouldn't break? I'm still in that moment, I'm still in that light. Before we let the bitterness take over the night, I'll earn back your trust, I'll earn back your grace. I'll spend every second just to see that look on your face. I'm not just a memory, I'm not just a ghost. I'm the one who's gonna love you when you need it the most.
Break the locks, tear the walls down. I'll be the one who's still standing on this ground. You can scream at the ceiling, you can cry in the dark, but I'm never gonna let anyone extinguish this spark. I'm the shadow behind you, I'm the air that you breathe, I'm the only reason that you're never gonna leave. Yeah.
A soaring, high-pitched solo that feels like a desperate plea for a miracle. It builds an intensity mirroring the feeling of holding onto someone slipping away before suddenly dropping to a whisper.
Yeah, I won't let you go. I won't give up the fight. I'll be the lighthouse in the middle of your darkest night. You can run to the edges, you can sail to the deep, but I've got 1,000 promises I'm intended to keep. I'm the ghost in your hallway, I'm the pulse in your chest. I'm the only one who knows how to give you your rest. The world can keep turning, but I want you to know, as long as I'm breathing, I won't let you go. Oh, I won't let you go. Even when the lights go out, I won't let you go. beyond the shadow of a doubt, and I'm still right here, holding your hand through every single tear. I won't let you go. Checking the pulse of the space between us in the hall, looking for signs of a life that I can't quite recall. We follow the rules, we water the garden each day. We said all the words that we thought we were haunted to say. But the air in the bedroom grew thin as a ghost, and the things that we cherished are the things that we're losing the most. I'm holding your hand, but I'm holding a stone. How can we be in this house and feel so much alone? There wasn't a traitor, there wasn't a lie or a cheat, just a slow creeping winter that numbed both our hands and our feet. We kept up the fire, we threw all the wood in the flames, but the heat didn't come when I whispered the sound of your name. I watched the reflection of us in the window tonight, two flickering candles just running out of their light. We didn't kill it, we didn't use venom or knives. We just stood and watched as the spirit went out of our lives. We did our best to keep the fever high, we told the truth until we learned to lie. But you can't force a heart to keep on beating red when the oxygen's gone and the feeling is dead. Oh, we fought for the spark, we fought for the drive, we did everything we could to keep it alive. But the marrow went cold and the honey turned dry, and we're left standing here with a hollow goodbye. It wasn't the distance, it wasn't the pride, it was just something silver that withered inside. Love didn't stay alive, no, love didn't stay alive. Now I'm looking at photos of two different people who don't live here anymore. Their eyes were so bright, they were hungry and deep. Now we're just two secrets we're both tired of trying to keep. I'd offer you anger if I thought it would help us to feel. I'd offer you tragedy if it would make this more real. But it's just a fading, a bleaching of all of our gold, a story that it's finished before it was ever quite told. Is it a crime to just run out of breath, to stand at the bedside and witness this death? We're the doctors, we're the mourners, we're the ones on the floor, and we can't find the rhythm in us anymore. Let it go, let it sleep, let the monitor flatline. I'll stop claiming yours, and you stop claiming mine. For the drive, we did everything we could to keep it alive, but the marrow went cold and the honey turned dry, and we're left standing here with a hollow goodbye. It wasn't the distance, it wasn't the pride, it was just something silver that withered inside. Oh, didn't stay alive, love, didn't stay alive. Cold in the room now. The monitors are still. We couldn't fix it with just our own will. Close your eyes, darling, on the quietest exit in this lonely town. Love didn't stay. It didn't stay alive. It didn't happen in a moment, it didn't break with a bang. There was no sudden winter, no bells that ever rang. It was the way you stopped looking at me when I spoke, like a slow burning fire that turns into smoke. It was a seed moved an inch further back at the park. The way that our kitchen felt more like the dark. A little less laughter, a little more fight, till I woke up a stranger to your heart and mind. I watched as the weed slowly turned into you, as the things we once loved became things we just do. Like a shoreline that's losing its sand to the tide, I watched as you slowly withdrew from my side. You didn't pack up and walk out in a night. You just slowly turned down every flickering light, until I was sitting in a room built for two, searching for someone who looked just like you. I would have preferred a storm or a strike, a sharp, jagged ending, a crash on a bike. But this was a poison that tasted like wine, taking its time down the length of my spine. to my knees. Now the silence is heavy, it's thick as a fog. I'm checking the entries in our mental log, searching for the day when the warmth hit the floor. But I can't find the hinges, I can't find the door. You're still in the house, but you're miles away. And I'm grieving a person who's still here to stay. How do you mourn what hasn't quite died, when the ghost of our love is still living inside? Break me at once, let the porcelain shatter. Tell me I'm nothing, tell me I don't matter. But don't give me pieces, don't give me crumbs. Don't make me wait for the numbness that comes. The slow motion tragedy, the long distance cold, is the heaviest story that's ever been told. It took its sweet time, like a mountain I realized I'd never quite climb. It wasn't a bullet, it wasn't a blade, just a slow, steady turning of light into shade. Now I'm standing in ruins I didn't see fall, while the shadow of us grows too long on the wall. I'm dying by inches, and everyone sees that love hurt me slowly. It took the air out the room, one breath at a time. It took the bells from the tower, one ring at a chime. Slowly, like a sunset that never quite ends, like a heart that forgets how to mend. Love hurt me
A slow, weary piano beat, paving slowly now, like someone dragging their feet through the sand.
I'm looking at the clock, it's 2026. At the broken parts of us I've been trying to fix. I've spent 1,000 nights just staring at the wall, waiting for a change that never came at all. We were a slow burning candle in a room with no air, suffocating slowly on the secrets we wouldn't share. I stayed because I promised, I stayed because I cared, but I'm waking up to realize that I'm just being spared. Spirit, they don't ever turn to blue, they just stay a shade of gray, the same color as you. We've been living in the wreckage of who used to be, forgetting what it felt like to be happy and free. Every touch is a burden, every word is a chore. I can't find the person that I was anymore. I've been carrying the weight of a dying sun, and I'm too exhausted to even wanna run. They say that love is a healer, that it makes you feel whole, but this kind of love is just a tax on my soul. I've been waiting for the morning, waiting for the light, but I've been living in the middle of a 10-year night. Oh, love hurt too long, it stayed past its time. It turned into a mountain that I can't even climb. It wasn't a sudden break or a jagged sharp sting, it was the slow steady death of every beautiful thing. I'm a hollowed out shell of the man I used to be, because I let this sorrow become a part of me. I didn't let go when the feeling was gone. And oh darling, love hurt too long. Just a shadow in the light. Neither one of us is looking for a reason to fight. We're just two tired ghosts in a house made of stone, feeling more crowded when we're sitting alone. The I love yous are echoes of a distant faded life, dull and rusted like an old pocket knife. We've endured so much pain that we've turned into bone, and I'm terrified of being anything but alone. How do you leave when the hurting is all that you know? When you planted your roots in the frozen up snow. I'm addicted to the ache, I'm a slave to the grief, and I've forgotten the feeling of a moment's relief. Tear it down, let it in, let the silence begin. I can't take another day of this living in sin. Hurt words are trapped like paper birds behind a rusted cage. I'm staring at the ink that dried on an unfinished page. I used to be a river, I used to be a song. I had 1,000 sentences for where we both belong. But then you turned the deadbolt and you stepped into the night, and the vocabulary of my soul just vanished from my sight. Now I'm standing in the kitchen, just watching the clock turn, with a chest full of the heavy truths I never wanted to learn. I tried to call your name today, but my throat was made of sand. I tried to write a letter, but the pen fell from my hand. There's a hum across the town, but I'm living in a static world where the volumes all turn down. You were the only witness to the things I had to say. You were the only reason that I didn't turn away. Now the conversation's over and the dial tone is high, and I'm choking on the hello and the ghost of a goodbye. The air is full of questions that I'll never get to ask. Moving through the shadows is my only daily task. I'm a library of secrets with the lights all turned to red, living in the graveyard of the words we never said. I'm a string without a ball. I'm a man who's lost the only name he ever cared to know. You took the melody with you, you took the harmony too, and left me in a vacuum where I'm searching for the clue. The world is getting louder, but I'm quiet as a stone. Love left me silent, and it left me all alone. I went to our old theater where we used to sit and dream, but the screen is just a flicker and the silence is a scream. I see people talking, their lips are moving fast, while I'm anchored in the wreckage of a language that didn't last. I wanna tell you how it hurts, I wanna tell you how it feels, but the gears are all jammed up inside my broken wheels. The most profound of sorrows doesn't need a single sound. It's just the weight of all the love that's buried in the grind. Can you hear the quiet? Can you feel the roar of the man who can't find his voice anymore? I'm screaming in the basement, I'm shouting at the sky, but nothing's coming out except a long and tired sigh. The silence is a poison, the silence is a chain. It's the only thing that's left to no words left, just the dark. And I've lost my spark. Love left me silent, 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 silent.
A slow, deliberate piano melody begins, each note heavy like footsteps in the snow. A distant, morning violin enters, creating a wash of melancholic sound.
The calendar pages are yellowed and torn, and the jacket you bought me is tattered and worn. The city has shifted, the skyline is new, and the streets are filled with people who never knew you. I watched the seasons go gray and then gold. I felt my own story begin to grow old. The world is a river that won't stop its flow, dragging us forward where we don't wanna go. I saw your reflection in a shop window pane, but it was just a stranger avoiding the rain. My friends say I'm different, they say I've moved on, that the shadow you left is finally gone. But they only see what I let them behold, a mask made of iron to keep out the cold. They don't see the altar I keep in my chest, where the ghost of our always has gone to its rest. Everything's breaking, everything fades, everything's lost in a forest of shades. The stars lose their fire, the mountains turn blue, but there's one jagged truth that I'm holding on to. The oceans can dry and the sun can grow cold. The stories of heroes can all be retold. The stars might fall down and the sky might turn black, and the years might refuse to ever give back. But deep in the silence, where the heartbeat is true, my love for you never changes. It stays just as sharp, it stays just as new. My love for you never changes. I remember the way that the light hits your hair in that dusty apartment with nothing but air. We had no money, but we had the moon, and a radio playing a soft broken tune. I'd give every sunset I've seen since that day hear your voice whisper and wash this away. People find better and people find more, but I'm still the wave crashing on your same shore. Time is a thief and time is a lie. It tells you that memories are destined to die, but mine is a fortress and mine is a flame that flickers and flares at the sound of your name. I don't want a new start, I don't wanna heal if healing means losing the way that I feel. Let me stay broken, let me stay yours, behind always locked and invisible doors. Suddenly dropping back into the quiet piano. It never changes. I'm still yours. I'm looking at the Polaroid tucked inside the frame. The colors are bleeding and the edges aren't the same. Just like the way we used to look in the summer of 22, before the gray started leaking into the gold of me and you. It wasn't a sudden winter, it wasn't a jagged frost, just a slow, quiet tally of the things that we have lost. The I love yous grew shorter, the good nights grew cold, until we were a story that had simply been overtold. I can't remember what we used to fight about anymore. The passion didn't explode, it didn't leave a scar, just drifted away like the smoke from a dying cigar. We're sitting on the sofa, but there's a canyon in between, watching the static on the late night television screen. Your hand is near my hand, but it feels a mile away, a ghost of a touch from a much brighter day. We didn't crash the car, we just ran out of gas, watching the scenery through the rearview glass. The signal got weak, the music got thin, and we let the silence of the evening in. Oh, our love faded out like a sunset on the coast, leaving us shivering with the shadow of a ghost. No grand finale, hold tight. Just a slow, steady dimming of the only light. We didn't break the promise, we didn't burn the bridge, we just ended up frozen on the edge of the ridge. It wasn't a scream, it wasn't a shout. Our love just see you in the kitchen, moving like a dream. Nothing is quite as vivid as it used to seem. The blue in your eyes is a paler shade of sea. And I wonder if you see the same washed out version of me. We're polite and we're kind, we're careful with our words, like a pair of broken winged and flightless birds, waiting for the wind to finally blow us apart. Because there's no rhythm left in this mechanical heart. I wish you'd hit me, I wish you'd walk out, I wish you'd give me something to cry about. But this quiet erasure is the hardest to take. Watching the surface of the water never even break. It's a slow motion vanishing, a disappearing act, and we're both too tired to go back and sign the pact. Yeah, our love faded out like a sunset on the coast, leaving us shivering with the shadow of a ghost. No grand finale, no curtains pulled tight, just a slow, steady dimming of the only light. We didn't break the promise, we didn't burn the bridge, we just ended up frozen on the edge of the ridge. It wasn't a scream, it wasn't a shout. Our love just faded out. Like a song on the radio when you drive too far. Like the light of a distant, dying star. I can still see the shape of you, but the color's all gone. And the film's all run.
A slow, dissonant piano melody begins. It sounds like a music box that's beginning to wind down, slightly off key and hesitant. A low, distorted bass hums underneath.
I'm looking at the ring, sitting on the bathroom floor, while I try to find a version of the man I call myself. We used to have a language that was written in the stars, but now we're just two strangers counting up the old scars. We say I love you out of habit, like a prayer we don't believe, like a hollowed out tradition or a trick up in a sleep. The words are still the same as they were, but they don't hold the ceiling up or keep the cold from the door. I watched you brush your hair in the mirror's silver light, and I realize I don't know who you're dreaming of tonight. We're going through the motions, we're following the script, but the anchor's been cut loose and the cable has been stripped. We used to find a sanctuary, a single quiet look. Now we're just two different stories in a heavy, dusty book. It's 24th century and the world is moving fast, while we're just two survivors of a love that didn't last. The definition's faded, the ink began to run, like a 1,000-page novel left out in the sun. Now the sentences are empty and the grammar is all wrong. We're just humming the melody to a forgotten song. Toward the cold, hard truth that our love lost meaning. I remember when forever was a promise, not a threat. Back when we had a fire that hadn't burned out yet. Now forever is a hallway that goes on and on and on, a destination waiting for a couple that is gone. We're sitting at the table, but we're eating in the dark, searching for the fire, but we can't even find a spark. Your name used to be a poem, a rhythm in my chest. Now it's just a vibration that's put to its final rest. Oh, why are we still here? Why are we still trying when the spirit of the thing has already finished dying? Is it comfort? Is it fear? Is it just a place to stay while the value of the us is just wasting away? Tear the pages out, throw them in the flame. I can't even recognize the sound of my own It's just a word now, like weather or time. It doesn't ring anymore, like a broken down The tea is still sitting in your favorite ceramic cup. The steam has stopped rising, but I can't pick it up, because moving that cup means admitting you're gone. And I'm not quite ready for the light of the dawn. The front door is locked, but the window is wide, as if my heart thinks you're just waiting outside. But the driveway is empty, the gravel is still, and the air in this hallway has developed a chill. I looked for a note on the mirror or stand, some mixed excuses written out by your hand. But the paper is blank and the pen is in place. Not a single I'm sorry to fill up the space. You took your blue jacket and the keys to the car, but you left all the questions about who we are. It's the loudest of silences I've ever heard, the crushing weight of a missing word. I'm reading the air, trying to find a trace of the goodbye that vanished without any grace. Was it something I did? Was it something I said? Or just a fire that simply ran out of thread? And oh, you left without words, you left without sound. You just lifted your anchors and moved off the ground. No final curtain, no closing of the play. You just let the color bleed out of the day. I'm screaming at shadows, I'm begging the birds, but I'm dying in the quiet, 'cause you left without words. I went to the park where we carved out our names, but the bark has grown over, ignoring our claims. The bench is still there, looking out at the lake, a monument now to a giant mistake. I checked my old phone for a text or a call, but the screen stays as dark as the dust on the wall. You didn't even give me a reason to hate. You just walked out the door and you locked the gate. Even a goodbye is a gift in a way. It gives you a map so you don't have to stay. It gives you a border, it gives you a line between what was yours and what was mine. But you left the wound open, you left it all raw, with a hole in the world that I never saw. Now I'm a ghost hunter, searching the floor for the ghost of a syllable under the door. say something, even if it's I don't love you. Say something, tell me that we're through. Don't leave me with this, don't leave me with nothing, just the sound of the wind. In the I love you I said that you never sent back. You left without words, without words. I'm looking in the mirror, but I don't recognize the face. It's like someone came and scrubbed the light from every single space. The lines around my eyes are there, but the spark has gone to bed, leaving me with nothing but the echoes in my head. I tried to laugh at a joke today, I try to play the part, but the mechanism's broken in the center of my heart. It's 2026 and the world is painted bright, but I'm living in a photograph that's strictly black and white. To be the couple that the neighbors used to envy, with a joy so overflowing and a spirit that was plenty. But you packed your bags and took the keys and walked out of the door, and took the very reason I was breathing anymore. Now my mouth is just a straight line, a horizontal scar, a monument to losing who you were and who we are. I saw a picture of us smiling back in June, and I had to close the album 'cause it ended way too soon. I'm a house without a window, I'm a sky without a sun, I'm a race that's still being finished when the winner's already won. The muscles in my cheeks have forgotten how to move. I'm stuck inside a rhythm that has lost its only groove. Oh, you took my smile away when you walked out of my life. You cut the joy right out of me with a cold and quiet knife. smile away. I went down to the boardwalk where the children run and play. I tried to catch a feeling, but it just drifted away. I saw strangers grin and it felt like a direct attack, a reminder of the sunshine that I'm never getting back. I used to find the beauty in the simple little things, but now the morning's heavy and the evening only stings. I'm a prisoner of the gravity you left behind for me, searching for a version of myself I'll never be. Is it permanent, this winter in my soul? Is there a way to make a hat feel like a hole? I'm digging through the wreckage, I'm searching through the dust for the man who used to believe and the man who used to trust. But the gold has turned to iron and the odds turned to rust. You took the only light I had and left me in the dust. Yeah, you took my smile away when you walked out of my life. You cut the joy right out of me with a cold and quiet knife. I can mimic every motion, I can say the I'm okays, but I'm just a hollow actor in a tragic kind of play. The world keeps asking what is wrong and where did it all go, but the answer is a secret that only you and I could know. You didn't just leave a memory, you didn't just leave the day. Darling, you took my smile away. My smile away. It's gone with your perfume. It's gone with your laughter. From every single room I'm still here, but the light is gone. I'm just a ghost waiting for the dawn. You took it all, you took my smile. I'm looking for the scuff marks on the hardwood floor, for any sign you struggled as you headed for the door. But the rug isn't wrinkled, the curtains haven't moved. There's no trace of the us that we once had approved. I'm sitting in the kitchen with a heart made of glass, watching every ghost of our history pass. Inside of the vanity is polished and bare, not a cap from a bottle or a strand of your hair. It's like you were never a tenant of mine, like you drank up the spirit and left me the wine. I'm covered in bruises that nobody sees. I'm shaking and broken and down on my knees, but you look like a vision, so calm and so still, as you climbed up the track of that long, lonely hill. I'm the one bleeding, I'm the one torn, I'm the one shivering, weathered and worn. But you're like a mirror that won't hold a stain, walking through fire without feeling the pain. Oh, you walked away clean, not a hair out of place, with a look of high mercy all over your face. I'm drowning in wreckage, I'm lost in the scene, but you're untouched by the places we've been. No suit on your fingers, no mud on your shoes. You got nothing to hide and you got nothing to lose. I'm a jagged disaster, a broken machine. But you, oh, you walked away clean. I saw you today in the light of the square. The sun was just dancing all over your hair. You were laughing at something, a joke on your phone, as if you and I was a seed never sown. I wanted to hate you for looking so new, for being so finished with all that we knew. But how can I blame you for being so bright, while I'm just the shadow that's left of the night? Did you ever even love me, or was it a part? Did you have a shield wrapped around your whole heart? 'Cause I'm picking up shrapnel from the 2026 crash, while you're moving forward and burning the ash. Give me a scar, give me something to show, or just be a ghost that I used to know. No mud on your shoes, you got nothing to hide and you got nothing to lose. I'm a jagged disaster, a broken machine. But you, oh, you walked away clean. Not a smudge on your collar, not a tear in your eye. You didn't even stumble when you said goodbye. I'm stained by the memory, I'm blue and I'm green. But you walked away clean. The echo of the door is still ringing in the hall. I'm staring at the place where your shadow used to fall. We were standing on the edge of the deep and dark ravine, waiting for a signal, waiting for a change in scene. I had my hand extended, I was ready for the climb. I thought we had a lifetime, I thought we had the time. But I looked up for a second, and the air turned to gray. I realized in the silence you were already on your way. I didn't get to finish the sentence I began. I didn't get to tell you about the backup plan. I was bracing for the impact, I was ready for the fight. I was gonna be the one to keep the fire burning bright. But you didn't wait for lightning, and you didn't wait for rain. You didn't wait to see if we could navigate the pain. You just stepped out of the circle, you just gave up on the ghost, leaving me to be the one who loved the two of us the most. They say it takes two people to build a holy bridge, but it only takes one heart to find the exit on the ridge. I was still in the battle, I was still on the line, while you were drawing borders between yours and mine. Oh, you walked away first, you didn't even blink. You let the ship go under before it started to sink. I was holding the compass, I was checking the tide, but I was sailing alone with the ghost by my side. You didn't say I'm leaving, you didn't say we're through. You just became a stranger that I once thought I knew. I would have stayed forever through the worst and the cursed, but you didn't give me the chance, 'cause you walked away first. It's 20 times 6 and the world is moving on, but I'm still standing in the dust of where you've gone. I check my phone for messages that I know will never come. My heart is like a motor that's beginning to go numb. How do you let go of someone who isn't even there? How do you breathe the oxygen in this empty, lonely air? I was prepared to bleed for us, I was prepared to break, but you weren't even willing to see what it would take. Was it easy? Was it simple to just turn and leave? To pull the thread so quickly and watch the whole thing unweave. I'm a soul thing I warned that was over in a day. I'm a passenger on a train that's already pulled away. Give me could even say wait. You walked away and left the rest to fate. I'm still here at the table, but the chair across is bare. You walked away first, and left me standing there.
A gentle, cinematic piano melody plays. It sounds hopeful but fragile, like glass about to crack. A light rhythmic swell rises and then settles into a slow, steady pulse.
I'm standing in the hallway of a house we tried to build, looking at the spaces that our laughter should have filled. I'm holding all the broken glass of the promises I made while you're standing in the sunlight, and I'm hiding in the shade. You didn't raise your voice at me, you didn't even cry, you just looked at me with mercy as you said your last goodbye. And that's the part that kills me, the part that leaves a scar, knowing just how beautiful and selfless you still are. I was tangled in the shadows, I was chasing down the wind. I let the darkness pull me back to where the ghosts begin. But you were like a cathedral, steady, white and tall. You were there to catch the pieces every time I'd start to fall. I gave you all my bitterness, I gave you all my doubt, but you just kept on shining till the light almost ran out. And even as you're leaving, you're worried if I'm fine, offering your golden heart to a hollow soul like mine. I'm the rust upon the silver, I'm the winter in the trees, and you're the summer morning that brought me to my knees. I don't deserve the kindness that's written on your face, or the way you're leaving tracks of heaven in this lonely place. 'Cause your love is pure, it's a river through the stone, it's the only honest thing I've ever truly known. It doesn't ask for payment, it doesn't keep a score, it just keeps on giving till it can't give anymore. And it breaks me into pieces, it's a weight I can't endure, a lost a kingdom, 'cause your love is just too pure. I see you packing up the life that I didn't know how to keep, while I'm drowning in a silence that's 1,000 fathoms deep. You left a note upon the desk, wishing me the best. Even now you're putting all my demons back to rest. How do you stay so radiant in a world that's turned so cold? How is your heart still made of light while mine is turning old? I tell you that I'll change for you, but we both know that's a lie, and you're too good to spend your life beneath a stormy sky. Go on and find a better man, find a clearer path, find a heart that doesn't bring the lightning and the wrath. You're a sacred kind of tragedy, a holy kind of pain, the only drop of water in a lifetime of the rain. I'll stay here in the wreckage of the man I couldn't be, thanking God you're finally escaping from me. It isn't aggressive, it's malegnant color, reaching high notes that sound like a plea before fading into a strum for customers. Yeah, your love is pure, it's a river through the stone, it's the only honest thing I've ever truly known. It doesn't ask for payment, it doesn't keep a score, it just keeps on giving till it can't give anymore. And it breaks me into pieces, it's a weight I can't endure to know I lost a kingdom, 'cause your love is just too pure. It's too pure for this world. It's too pure